Howdy, it's Jim Morado. This is August 2021, and we're going to Camp Nelson in, you know, not too far from Lexington, Kentucky. And this is just a Civil War related historic site that's just oozing with some interest in history. And just quickly glancing at Wikipedia to give you a little bit about this, Camp Nelson Heritage National Monument, formerly Camp Nelson National Monument, and before that Camp Nelson Civil War Heritage Park, is 525-acre national monument and historical museum and park located in south and southern Jessamine County, Kentucky, 20 miles south of Lexington. The American Civil War era camp was established in 1863 as a depot for the Union Army during the Civil War. It became a recruiting ground for new soldiers from eastern Tennessee and enslaved people, many of whom fled their living conditions to be soldiers. On October 28, 2018, President Trump proclaimed the site as Camp Nelson National Monument, the 418th unit of the National Park Service System. And I just I've been here actually quite a bit. Right now, we're just slowly going through the museum area. I wanted to put a little something up about Camp Nelson, but I want to put more up about it. It's been in such transition. It became part of the National Park Service. Then COVID hit. Frankly, I'm not sure the National Park Service really knows what to do with it just yet. I think they're trying, but I know some national park websites I visit have complained about the lack of access to the park during COVID. Um, anyway, but it's there, and there's this nice museum. There's 5 miles of trails you can walk. There is a house. There's literally one building on the property from its Civil War times. They do tours of it ever so often. I've done a tour of it before, but I don't. I think right now it's not even open for tours. I think they're doing some work on it, and I believe they're building a reconstructed barrack here. But this is just a very, very significant site relating to the Civil War, relating to slavery and emancipation, black history. It is a great site. Several years ago, before it was a national park, a buddy and I were out hiking kind of some of the trails in the back, and we got lost. And I mean, it's we kind of knew, well, let's just head back towards the visitor center museum, which that's what we did. But yeah, there's a lot here. They would give you a little map, and there were some little flags up, kind of telling what was here, what was there. It's pretty much a big, humongous open field, and they kind of tell you what was in the area. But and more on that later. I want to come back and do some hiking again and put that up. Right now in the museum, though, they've got some kind of as you can see, the supply depot stuff that you might have seen at the time. They've this is a nice little museum. They have some bullets, things like that they found on the grounds. I know I was here before once when they were doing a historic dig. They were actually encouraging visitors, which at the time was me and my buddy, to come over and watch them. And we sat and watched them as they found part of a broken bottle, and I believe they found part of a buckle while we sat and talked to them, really in a short amount of time. And then I was here probably 5 years ago when they had one of their Civil War events, and they had a Douglas, a Lincoln, and a Grant impersonator, kind of come out and do talks and debate a little bit. And it was a lot of fun. I remember talking to the Lincoln they had, the President Lincoln, and he kind of stayed in character, and that was interesting. And that was a lot of fun, actually. So I love that sort of thing. I know now, since the National Park Service took over, there is not a gift shop. They used to have a nice little gift shop, and I hope they get that back up because, I always want to buy a patch and a postcard and that kind of thing when I'm at a national park. They did have a Junior Ranger book and badge that you can earn while you're here, which I love that program. I think it's really neat. But yeah, this is Camp Nelson. I'm very fond of this place, and I hope the National Park Service just explodes with more to do here. It's a park worthy of more. I also wanted to point out a book. I wanted to give a quick endorsement to the book Camp Nelson, Kentucky, A Civil War History by Richard D. Sears. Dr. Sears was one of my professors at Berea College. I had several classes with him. I love this guy. I've tried to look him up. If you know how to contact him, let me know. I'm sure it's probably not that hard. I should look harder. But he's basically written the definitive book. Well, the intro has a nice history of the camp, and then he has some historical notes throughout the rest of the book, mostly letters and that sort of thing from people who were at the camp and more information about the camp. It's a wonderful book. You can't find it cheap. You're going to have to pay full price for it, but it's worth it. You know, if you're a Civil War book guy like me, it's a book you definitely want on your shelf. So yeah, I wanted to give that quick endorsement for that book. Richard Sears, great professor, and I noticed when they show the movie here at Camp Nelson, he has a credit on it, so he's kind of the source. Of course, there's a link to Berea College with Camp Nelson, and John G. Fee, who founded Berea College, did a lot of work with this area. He owns some property too. That anyway, so that's a rabbit hole to go down. But a wonderful man. I'm glad he was alive, and yeah, I feel a little bit of a personal link as a Berea grad to Camp Nelson. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. I'm going to try to get out here again and film some more, especially once they have more going on.